So this is my first ever journal. Right now I am on my second journal, which is just right here. I'm almost done with it though, so I think there'll be another flip through soon when I finish everything, but as you can see, it's looking pretty thick. But yeah, this is my first ever K-pop journal that I finished. So let's just get straight to it. Let's go. So the journal that I was using was an A5 grid maruman journal that I got on an impulse when I was in Indonesia in a store called Paperclip, I believe. So the covers just has leftover pictures from the spreads I've made in here. That's the back cover. It also has a leftover picture from one of the spreads. Now the first page, it also has leftover pictures and washies, a starting date, and a calligraphy that says this belongs to my name, but then I covered it because it was too bad. This spread is my first attempt in K-pop journaling, and this spread made me realize how hard it is to actually K-pop journal. Moving on, the next spread just has a Mark birthday spread and an icon album review. I was really unhappy with the Mark spread, so moving on to the next page. This page is for a prompt on Instagram, and it just has Baejin, who was my alt at that time. Next is a 101's anniversary page and another page for the prompt. As you can see, at this point I got more stationery such as stickers and sticky notes. I also stopped using actual photo paper for my pictures because I realized that those are just a waste and I can just print them on normal paper. On the left is the remake of the 101 anniversary spread because I hated how the other one looked like. For the Anu spread, I tried experimenting with a different style which doesn't use a lot of stationaries, and for the most of it, I just wrote. Next is a Songwoo birthday spread, and I went all out here with my stationaries and pictures, and I remember really liking the spread. I was experimenting with layouts with these spreads like the NCT Dream MV one and also the Produce 48 lineup one. I tried to incorporate brown paper on this spread and I really like it. Except the lyric quote bit. No. I think the Jisung spread was the first time where I experimented with different shapes and cut pictures in circles. The Namjoon spread was a request from my friend, and I really like how I did the Polaroid there. I think it looks really cute. I really like the colors I used for the Jongdae spread as well. As you can see, by this time my style is pretty repetitive, like pictures on the bottom and pictures on the top and writing on the rest. Especially I feel like it gets super repetitive when it comes to birthday spreads, like that would be my go-to layout for birthday spreads, and you can see that in my next few pages, such as this one. The Bangchan spread literally has the same layout except I used brown paper. Also, I really like how I did the lettering. I remember being so unhappy of how the page on the left turned out. I was experimenting with a different type of layout, but it turned out that I didn't like how it looked like, but I really like how the Daniel one turned out. At this point, I was really trying to be more creative with my spread. Like in the IMU spread, I tried to really incorporate the song titles on the picture that I printed. Though my spreads at this point pretty much look all the same, I was really trying hard to kind of break off of that layout, but it was really tiring because not every styles that I tried worked and looked good, and I was pretty unhappy with a lot of these spreads. Also, I was pretty limited to the fact that I was using a spiral journal, and therefore I can't really stick things in the middle unless I cut them like the IMU album review spread. The Kun spread, I really like how I did the collaging there, and I really like how I coordinated the colors on both spreads as well. I think they look really pretty. I got more stationaries and I was trying to use all of them here. Well, not all, but most of them here, but the problem was the pictures I printed were too big, so it ended up filling most of the spaces. That's why I kind of ran out of space here for the writing. I think by this point I was starting to kind of accept and actually like my style. Like looking back at it, I really like how I did the Chanlo spread, and the Woozy spread isn't too bad. I was still experimenting a lot with the stationaries that I own and also the layout, though I know it looks the same, but trust me here, I was experimenting with different layouts. But even so with that, I wasn't really upset with how any of the spreads turned out at this point. Like, the NS spread is still one of my favorite spreads till this day. I don't know what it is, but I just really liked how it looked like. And also, instead of writing full horizontally, I divided the thing into two, and I think I really like how I did that as well. I'm also really proud of the Chanyeol spread that I did. I really like how I did the collaging on the bottom. I also like how I cut out little shapes on the top near the title. And also, not to mention the title, I experimented yet again with a different lettering style and also the colors. I never posted this one-on-one spread because I wasn't really satisfied of how it looked like. Again, this is a different layout I tried. Instead of having pictures on the top and bottom, I had pictures in the middle and I wrote on the top and on the bottom. As well as having enough space to explore out all my thoughts, I really wanted to have a nice presentable layout. Here you can also see how my style has evolved from the beginning. Like, looking back at it, I don't think I can ever journal like how I did before again. I also never uploaded the spread because this is a summary of how my December mock went, and I don't think anyone was interested in that, so I pretty much just kept it for the record. As simple as this looks, this love shot spread really took me a long time because I was trying to, again, be more creative and try different shapes and layouts, but it just looks the same pretty much. Looking back at it, I love how I did the lettering for the AT spread. I remember really hating the spread because everything just looked so messy, but now that I'm looking back at it, I don't mind that. I don't think I mind how messy it looks. I also got pretty tired with normal calligraphy, so I tried using different kind of font there. And here I tried incorporating gradients because I got new markers by this point. Wow! Gradients was pretty popular at the time too, so that kind of fueled my inner ambition to be good at gradients at least. I don't think I posted the OST playlist spread because I didn't like how that turned out. And finally, this is the last spread of this journal. Yes, that's JYP, our idol, our fever idol. And it just has him saying bye bye and things I felt journaling in this journal. But this time I was also getting sick of not being able to do a double page spread with things in the middle, and I was switching to a midori, so I was finally able to do that and I was really excited. The last pages are just pages where I tested different writings and cut out different papers just to cover my mistakes and also test out my markers. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my first journal. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my second flip through. Bye bye!